BookTube, happy Friday and welcome to Friday Reads. Garrett just waved. So I'll wave for him. Welcome. Today is the 29th of November. Well, I'm filming this on the 28th on Thursday, so happy Thanksgiving to all of my American friends out there. I hope you all had an absolutely wonderful day, and I hope you enjoy Friday off as well, you lucky ducks. And I hope you saved me just a little piece of pie. I do so love pumpkin pie. So anyway, yeah, happy Thanksgiving. It was a quiet day at work for me today. I know I've mentioned before that I do customer service for a large international company. And I handle the US market. I deal with the US market. So needless to say, it was very quiet at work for me today. Tomorrow I can see I might get a few phone calls or emails. Most of my customers do know that I am in, but there's not much that can be done because, of course, the US is closed. Our US offices are closed, so nothing will be shipping. And our Canadian offices where I work out of, we're doing inventory right now. So, I mean, it was the perfect time to do it, right, while the American offices are closed. So I got a lot of stuff cleaned up today. I left a little bit early. I took my lunch at my desk and I left work early. So yeah, so that was pretty good. Anyway, quick life update outside of that I thought I'd share with you guys. I don't know if I mentioned it last week or not, but I had a appointment down at the hospital on Monday, this past Monday on the 25th. I had to see both of my cardiologists, and talking to my EP cardiologist, who's the one who deals with my arrhythmia issues. Between the two of us, after having a chat about the fact that I'm still having these palpitations and that the Holter monitor that I had to wear a few weeks ago at the beginning of November, I think I mentioned to you guys that I had to have it on for 2 days, that in that 2-day time period, it was about 40 hours. It wasn't the true 48 hours, but close enough. I had 173 incidences of arrhythmia or atrial flutter. It wasn't what they call tachycardia, where you kind of sustain like really high heartbeat. It was more like extra beats, missed beats, like, you know, my heart kind of doing the cha-cha, if you will. A lot of them I didn't notice. I mean, I noticed I had some, but I didn't think it was that many. But he said a lot of them I probably didn't even notice, like I didn't feel they would, you know. So, yeah, we had a long discussion about what we could do about it. He does not want to heavily medicate me if he doesn't have to. So in the spring, I will be going for surgery. I say surgery. They call it a procedure. I've had this before. That's why it's not like, yay, I get to go have this done. But I'm not as scared as I was the first time I had it done, or even the second time I had it done, because the first time was an extremely unpleasant experience. The second time, because of the medication they give you, they don't knock you out. Like, you're not out like you would be for surgery, but there is an anesthesiologist involved and there is cutting involved. So in my books, that constitutes surgery as far as I'm concerned. It's a procedure. So essentially what it is they're just going to go through my artery. They can either go through your wrist or through your groin or whatever. And sorry if this is too much for some of you. And they just send a laser. I can't say laser without thinking of Dr. Evil from Austin Powers. Laser. And they will be burning scar tissue off my heart. So you are awake for it in a sense that you're not completely knocked out. But the first time I had it done, I was a lot more conscious of what was going on, and like I said, it was a very unpleasant experience. The second time I had it, which was 5 years ago, was much better because the medication has gotten a lot better. That Twilight drug that they give you is phenomenal. And I remember the anesthesiologist actually saying to me, because I told him I was in tears, and I said, you know, this is what happened the first time and that's why I'm so scared. And he said, I promise you, he said, if you remember any of this, I owe you a Starbucks. He was awesome. And then when I woke up and I was in recovery and he came to see me, he's like, well, and I said, I owe you a Starbucks. So I'm okay with it now. I'll be happy to hopefully get this cleared up. Unfortunately, as I said, I've already done this twice. So they can't just take all the scar tissue away. they can only do it in bits and pieces. So this is something that might be ongoing for the rest of my life, and that's fine. You know, I go in, he does the surgeries on a Monday. I stay the Monday night. I come home early on the Tuesday, and then I take the rest of the week off of work because A, I'm tired. It's a lot that your body goes through for this, and B, I cannot lift anything heavier than 5 pounds for like the first week because of the incision and stuff like that. So anyway, so that's what's happening. I have no idea when it's happening yet. I go back and see him in January or February. I have to call next week because he said his secretary was going to call me, but I will call down and just, you know, kind of gently remind her, you know, hi, I need an appointment. And then we're going to make a date for the surgery, but it'll probably be in the spring. He wants to get it done sooner rather than later. And like he said, it might not work. It might not do what it's supposed to do. And the thing is, before the procedure, I have to come off all of my antiarrhythmic medications for 2 weeks because they're essentially going to force my heart to go back into arrhythmia. So there's a better chance of catching it. And because if it's not in arrhythmia, they have to guess. Or I don't know how they do it. I'm not a doctor. But if you're in arrhythmia or in tachycardia at the time, then it's a lot easier. They just start kind of going to certain areas and starting to burn stuff, and then it'll stop it. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's scar tissue that causes this. This is my cause. It's not forever. It's not what causes it for everybody. But, very, very quick, if you didn't know, because I didn't know that this is how this worked up until a few years ago, is that I do know that your heart beats because of signals from your brain, electrical signals from your brain telling it to pump and beat. And because of all the scar tissue from all my surgeries, those electrical impulses are getting short-circuited, essentially, and telling it to do other things. And that's why this is happening. So that's the easiest explanation. But anyway, that's that. It is what it is. It's just something I have to deal with. You know, cancer patients have to go through chemo, and this is nothing like that. You know, I'm not putting myself on par with a cancer patient. I never would. But I'm just to the point that just saying, like, you know, depending on what your condition is, there are certain things that you need to do. And this is just one of the things. And I'm hoping, like he said, the last one, I got 5 years before this kicked back in again from another area of my heart. So he's hoping if I only have to do this every 5 years, that's pretty gosh darn good. He says he has patients that have to do this like every year or every other year. So fingers crossed. It may never come back. That would be lovely, but we shall see. And like he said, it's not life-threatening. What is happening to me is not life-threatening. It's more a quality of life issue because if I am ending up in the emergency room every 3 or 6 months, that's not good. That's not how you live your life. You know, if we can correct it at the source, let's do that. So anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to ramble for that long, you guys. I just thought I'd let you know what happened this week. Let's get on to the reading, shall we? So what am I going to be reading this weekend? I am starting books for December. December 1st is on Sunday. Can you believe it, you guys? Oh my God. What happened in November? It like flew by so quickly. I cannot believe it. But I will be reading and buddy reading with the lovely Lindsay over at A Wandering Reader, A Wedding in December by Sarah Morgan. So I will be starting this on Sunday. I am finishing off November books on Friday and Saturday. So I'm not going to talk about those right here because they will be in my wrap-up or my weekly review video on Sunday. So, but starting, this is what I'll be reading. Look at, you guys can see the sparkle off of it. Isn't that gorgeous? It's such a pretty edition. So I'll be reading this, like I said, with Lindsay. We are going to be doing it over Voxer. So if anyone is interested, we're going to be reading it over 5 days. If anyone else wants to join us, please do let me know. Post in the comments below. You know what I'll do? In case any of you are on Voxer and you would like to add me, please feel free to, I'll put a link in the description box below. Add me on Voxer if you want to chat. Yeah, because, you know, I love you guys and I love my friends, so I'm always happy to chat with you guys about books or whatever. But yeah, so we will be buddy reading this together on Voxer, using Voxer, so, which is great because we're in different time zones and stuff like that, so yeah. So if you're interested, like I said, please do join us. This one is actually the story, from my understanding. It is about a older couple whose daughter is getting married. And they don't want to tell her because she's planning her wedding, but they are actually looking at getting divorced. So yeah, I love the fact that it's about a more mature couple And it's probably gonna be the daughter's story as well. But yeah, isn't just this edition is just so stunning. But again, I still don't know which I like better, this one or the UK edition, which I also have too. But I'll be reading this edition because I do love a big floppy. The UK edition is a big floppy paperback as well. And there's our lovely author in the back, Sarah Morgan. I know Lindsay actually got to meet her briefly at something in the UK. Maybe it was in London, I don't know. But I was super duper jealous when I heard that. So yeah, so that is my physical or ebook or whatever. I might even flip between that edition and my ebook because I can read my ebook at work. Shh. Don't tell anyone. That's how I spent my whole day today, you guys, was reading. It was fantastic. The audiobook that I will be starting by another absolutely fantastic author will be Coming Home for Christmas by Rayanne Thane. I cannot wait. I'm so excited about this one. I mentioned it in my December TBR that I know Brie. She read this one not that long ago and she enjoyed it, so I'm really looking forward to it. And I think this is about a couple who were married and then the wife takes off after they have... When their child is young, she suffers greatly from postpartum depression, like a really bad, didn't get any help postpartum depression. And if you have to sneeze, Garrett, you can sneeze. He's sitting there with his elbow up for some reason. Okay, he didn't have to sneeze. Oh, wait. There you go. Bless you. So anyway, I guess something about maybe he wants to file for divorce, but he has to... Then she comes back to town or something. So it's definitely a second chance romance. Takes place at the holidays. This is part of the Haven Point series. I have jumped ahead a number of them. This one and A Wedding in December are both sort of review copies in a way. These will not be reviewed next week on my weekly reviews. You guys will see these in a few weeks on a special video I am doing in partnership with Harlequin. So yes, stay tuned for that. I'm super, super stoked. These are all favorite authors of mine, and I cannot wait. So this one will be fantastic. And last but not least, my 40 Years of Harlequin book. We are now into July, you guys. This is the carryover. I haven't started yet. This is getting started on Friday. Like I said, I'm filming this on Thursday. So this will be starting tomorrow because I just finished the one for June, which was really cute and adorable. This is The Highborn Housekeeper by Sarah Mallory. So again, this is another one that you guys picked for me. A Harlequin historical, of course, if you couldn't tell. And I believe this is about a woman who fled a forced marriage and is now working as a cook and a housekeeper. And I guess she meets somebody in the nobility or something. I'm not too sure, but I will report back and let you guys know what I thought about it. So yeah, I am super stoked about reading this one as well. So that is all my reading for this weekend. Let me show you guys my knitting. I will try and keep this brief because I've already yammered on a bunch in this video. But I will start off with my sock, guys. I finished the first sock and I'm super, super excited. So here it is, the very first sock. There's where I was last Friday, and so I got this one done. The heels in. I've got to weave in ends, as you can see. I will do that when the pair of socks is finished, or not at all. Every winter when I pull out my socks, or in the fall when I pull out my hand knit socks to start wearing them again, guys, I am so lazy about weaving in ends. I will take this one at the toe and I'll just like bring it inside the sock, and then same with this, I'll just tuck it inside. It's so lazy of me. And then I'll be walking and go, oh, I can feel that string. I should really weave that in. And then I don't. But I really should get into the habit of doing that because, you know, it makes for nicer wear of the socks as you go. So yeah, so there's the first one done. So I've started the second one. Here it is. And I've got the toe done. There we go. And I love, okay, so this is from a sock blank, which I'll show you guys in just a second. But you can already see how different the colors, like between the left and the right, or it doesn't matter, but between the two different socks. But it's all from the same sock blank, but if you see like where one ends, the other one starts. So I kind of really, really love that. I love that they are fraternal twins. They're not identical, they're fraternal. So yeah, so that is that. And let me show you the sock blank in case you're new. This I got from the lovely Rachel over at, I bought this, Night Owl Fibers is the name of the yarn company. And this is a sock blank. So I will hopefully with this sock get back into the pink. But this one could end up being much more of an orangey yellow, whereas the first sock was more of the pink. but then you've got this at the end. So literally as I knit, I just pull this off, and it's like pulling yarn from a ball. It's a lot of fun. I have really had fun knitting with this. The yarn tends to twist up a bit, of course, because you can see how twisted or kinky it is, because it's essentially been knitted and you're unraveling it, right? And then knitting it into something else, in this case a sock. So, but it's been a lot of fun to knit from, and I've really been enjoying it. The colorway is called Smashing Pumpkins. Is it Smashing Pumpkins? Yes, it is. Which was a throwback to my youth. 1979, the song by the Smashing Pumpkins, was my jam growing up. It's the year I was born. That had nothing to do with it. Yes, it did. I actually saw them in concert at Maple Leaf Gardens many moons ago. I was probably 16 or 17. I took my younger brother. You know when it was? Throwback for all of you who might be of a certain age like me. The day that I saw the Smashing Pumpkins in concert is the day that Tupac Shakur died. Because I remember Dad was driving us down to Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, and it came on the radio that he had been killed, shot and killed. And so that's how I distinctly remember that. But I remember I was going to see the Smashing Pumpkins. So talk about a 90s, like, nostalgic, not laughing at somebody's death. I mean, I had his All Eyes on Me album. That was a good album. California Love is still one of my favorite songs. I have it on my playlist on Spotify. And if it comes on, it's just like, you know, it's such a good jam. Anyway, I'm totally off the point. Socks. See, this is, I swear, wait until my vlogs come next week, you guys. I'm sure you all have missed them and my random ramblings. That's what I should call my vlogs, the random rambling vlogs. So, the other thing I've been working on, and I did cast something new on this week, you guys, and I think it's because this project, living in this awesome fox bag, my scarf, or my shawl, I've gotten a little bored with it, because it's mostly just knitting back and forth and back and forth. I got some progress done on this. So, ooh, yikes. Hold on. 2 seconds here, you guys. Oh, sugar. That could have ended badly. My needle came out at the end. So, because see, look at how long it is, guys. It's all squished up on the needles. So there's where I was last week. I've literally done one section, but I think I have 2 sections left, and that's it. And then it will be done. But there it is. This is the Free Your Fate cardigan shawl by Andrea Mowry. This is a paid-for pattern on Ravelry. This is the DK weight version. There is a sock yarn version that I've also already knit. I am enjoying it. I mean, look at the colors, you guys. They're so pretty. But I cannot wait to get this done. I need to get this done sooner rather than later. I just need to sit down and work on it. Like I said, I've still got, I think, something like 40 rows of just knitting back and forth. And at this point right now, I'm a little over 150 stitches on the needles. So this is just knitting back and forth and back and forth. It's a little boring. And the other thing I've noticed too is that the last color, the purple color that I'm using, is actually a worsted weight yarn. But it's very, like, the thickness of these DK weight that I used on the first 2 colors is very similar, but this is just ever so slightly thicker, and I can feel it as I'm knitting, that it's that much tighter. So, yeah, but I hope I'm going to have enough to finish it. If not, the bonus is I can cut it off at any... I could cut it off now. I could just go ahead and just do the bind off if I wanted to. But I do want to get at least maybe 1 more section done before I do the bind off, so we shall see. But yeah, I am still enjoying this. I think I cast on the new thing just because I think I needed something else while sitting in front of the TV. Something that was equally sort of mindless, but I missed having a sweater on the needles. I really want a sweater on the needles. And last week, my friend Jessica posted this sweater that she found online. The sweater pattern is free, sort of. So the pattern is called, is it the Dotty Cardigan? I'll leave all these things linked in the description box below. It is the Dotty Cardigan. And the very cool thing is that the designer has put the cardigan up on her blog for free. So you can have the whole pattern for free on her blog. But of course there's ads and stuff on the blog. But you can also buy a PDF copy for like $3 to support the designer. So of course, PDF copy, right? You know, you want to support the designer. And as soon as I saw this cardigan, I said, yes, I need that. And then when I heard it was in bulky weight, I'm like, I need that even more. I'm trying to find the first page so I can show you guys a picture of this. Is it here? There it is. So this thing is hugely oversized. Look at how big it is on this girl. So yeah, this is meant to be a ridiculously huge and oversized. Can you see that other picture back there? Huge and oversized cardigan. So even though it is offered for free on her website, because she is charging for it, I'm still considering it a paid for pattern. So I don't want to share too much about it, but you knit this in pieces. So you knit the back, and then you knit the front 2 pieces, and then you knit the sleeves all separately, and then you seam them all together. So yes, that sounds awesome. And then you'd pick up all the stitches to do the button band, if you want to call it that, even though I don't think there's buttons on this. So yeah, so right now I'm working on the back, and like I said, it's in bulky weight. I had a sweater's quantity of bulky weight in my stash. I was super stoked. I'm like, the knitting gods are telling me to cast this on. So I love the color of this. The colorway is from Knit Picks. This is their Wool of the Andes, which is their 100% wool yarn, or wool, 100% wool. And the colorway is called Wallaby. But do you see the very subtle patterning in this? It looks like little dots. That's why it's called the Dotty Cardigan. So this is the back. So just to show you guys, that's how wide it is, like from the back part of it, right? So this is the small to medium size. This thing is going to be ridiculously huge on me, and I love it. I want that weekend cardigan to like put on and be like on the couch, or if I have to go out and throw it on, it's going to be awesome. And I like the construction of it, that you're knitting in pieces, so I'm still working on the back. It's going to take me a while. I think it's something like 160 rows, and I'm only like 30 rows in. But this is what I did in a week, guys. Bulky weight is brilliant because that's, and like, look at the size of the needles. In comparison, just in comparison for those of you who are not knitters, and if you're curious, it was so funny. It was a couple years ago, I was somewhere and I was talking to my aunt about knitting needle sizes. And my dad looks over and goes, there's different sizes of knitting needles? I'm like, yes, there is. Depending on what you're making. So this is a US 1. This is a US 10. Sock, bulky. And then the cardigan, or the shawl, falls in somewhere in the middle. So yeah, so I'm really enjoying knitting on this one. After this, I have another cardigan that I have a thing for cardigans. I love them. I don't, like, I'm wearing one now. I just love them. I do love a good pullover, but I love a cardigan. I think because no matter what, like, you can just throw it on top and go. There's another one I want to knit called the Grandpa, which I actually knit for my aunt's granddaughter. So my niece, my great niece, it would be my great niece, right? Or great niece. I knit it for her because the pattern is from Tin Can Knits, from their 9 months of knitting pattern book. And it looks like a grandpa cardigan, like that you'd have like the patches on the sleeves. But it goes everywhere from infant to 4X in adult. So that will be my next one I'm ordering. I've got to get, I want to knit, but I got to get the yarn for it first. I haven't done that yet. But anyway, that's knitting adjacent. That's in the future. So guys, a bit of a longer video as per usual. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know in the comments below, what are you doing this weekend? What are you reading this weekend? Again, to all my American friends, I do hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Safe. Please stay safe, happy, healthy. Eat lots of turkey and pie, and stuffing. Don't forget the stuffing. I'm, of course, going to bingo with Mom on Sunday or Saturday, and then Sunday is the 1st of December, which is the day the vlogs will start. So next Friday, you guys are going to see a vlog from me. And we will be starting with the David's Tea, of course, advent calendar, which is super exciting. So anyway, guys, until my next video, take care and happy reading. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.